Hi.
Hey,
So we're a little bit late to the game, but we've recently watched the movie Cuties, and we were thinking, how bad can it be?
how bad can it be? I mean, it had so many different reviews, and we thought, yeah, people are usually quite sensitive, aren't they, with
Yeah.
certain things, and it's not going to be that bad.
We don't go by reviews usually, so we're like, let's watch it and form our own opinion.
Don't go by reviews because they're rubbish. However,
Aren't we reviewing it now? Kind of thing.
so what did you think of the movie?
I think that it was the positive thing of the movie was that I think the actors were good. There was a storyline, and I kind of felt, I felt the situation of the mother and the children was hard, and what they went through. I felt like, I felt sorry for them, and I was thinking, oh, I wish this kind of thing doesn't happen in life. Their performance was very good in the movie. Now, the negative thing that I didn't enjoy was the amount of children's sexual twerking and dancing that I just, yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. The acting was on point. Acting, you couldn't fault it there, and I loved the way they put the film together. But I was reading about why they made the movie. The purpose of the movie was to criticise the over-sexualisation of pre-adolescent girls in today's society.
Yeah,
But
in terms of everything they watch and what they're surrounded by, and
social
produced,
pressures, etc. While they did highlight these issues, which I think a lot of us already know are there, but they did highlight them. I think they did it in a very, very distasteful way. Just watching it, I was thinking, this doesn't need to be on the screen. They could have told this story 1,001 other ways, but they chose to tell the story this way.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a serious topic that has to be addressed. So I'm assuming from the producer-director point of view, they wanted to make it so obvious and show it in such a harsh way, so it can ring bells into parents' heads that probably don't realize what's going on with their children or how much they're exposed to. But as you say, in the same way, with anything when it comes to media, like, you have to think who is watching this and what kind of ideas they're going to get from this. The scenes is just the amount of scenes of them being so sexualized is not necessary. Even one of those scenes, one strong scene would have made the point with other, with other smaller additional, talking or representation of the problem. But with so many, I'm just afraid I'll be thinking, like, if I'm the mom of that actress or the other actresses, I'll be thinking how many pedophiles are watching this movie. And
Seriously.
Yeah, and that's it. It's like with anything on social media. Yeah, nowadays, unfortunately, we have to be careful what pictures and videos we put of our children out there, because information is so readily available. And what, you're gonna go and sue Mark Zuckerberg?
I think the biggest problem with the film was that at one stage, I thought I had to remind myself that I wasn't watching a musical. Nothing wrong with musicals, but every now and again they'd have these full 2-minute scenes, 3-minute scenes of the girls just dancing very sexually provocatively, which is not necessary to tell the story. And the clothing. And if the argument, they were arguing that they were trying to make a hard-hitting film, right? And you were right, they only had to do one of these scenes once, and then that one scene that they could have did that in half of the time that they used.
Yeah.
But the very last scene of the movie, or one of the last scenes of the movie where they actually did their final dance, it went on for way too long.
Yeah.
And one thing I remember is what they could have done. If you've seen the film, you'd know what I'm talking about. What they could have done, instead of focusing the camera on the stage with the girls dancing and twerking and whatnot, to get the same reaction, they could have showed the shot of the girls dancing, and then they could have showed the shot of the audience and their reactions to the girls dancing.
Yeah.
That would have been just as powerful as showing the girls dancing for the full however many minutes you're going to show them dancing.
Yeah.
Did you know that 650 young girls auditioned for the main role of the I forgot her name now, for the main role of the film?
Actress. No, I didn't.
And the main actress is 11 years old. And they must know they're doing something that could damage kids, because on set they had a child psychologist there to make sure that the kids were still okay during the filming.
I mean, point made, but maybe not in the right way.
I have such a place in my heart for kids and this kind of thing, and I think that kids need to be protected in their early years. They're like sponges, you know. They're sucking all these information, feelings, emotions. They're sucking them all up, and then when these kids at that age are exposed to that kind of thing, there's no telling how it's going to change their way of thinking moving forward in life. And for the sake of making a film, for goodness sake, they didn't have to put these kids for what they've been put through. And there are people out there who are arguing for this movie, saying it was good, saying it shows a point, but I completely disagree with that, and it didn't have to be done in that way.
I mean, you know, in movies sometimes you probably have noticed that very often they hire older actresses who look younger that play roles, and you wouldn't even know if you don't Google it and you know, read about it. So maybe this was one thing that could have been done, you know, just to preserve those children. And
It was very distasteful in my opinion.
So if you've watched it and if you've seen it in any different way than us, do tell us.